Three Grumpy Gamers.
Welcome back to the 12 Days of Christmas podcast.
Fuck off. That's the funniest one yet. So I think we should start with an announcement, like the reason. Last week we made a big announcement that we were the first in the world to announce, but obviously we couldn't put it up because Andy deleted the podcast by accident.
The announcement was
that
Andy's the most technically proficient podcaster in the UK.
There was that, and obviously Kojima has joined with Sony,
Yeah.
and we were the first to announce this, but nobody's going to believe us because
Yeah.
Andy deleted the podcast.
I
Well
bet
done.
we weren't. I bet we weren't the first to announce it.
We weren't. It was announced 2 days after we did the podcast.
That's the one thing that I had actually remembered. No, I hadn't. Obviously, I've wrote nothing down because I'm massively hungover. But I remember reading that during the week and thinking, "No, that'll be good for the podcast." That. But in all seriousness,
I'm just
I
checking
am,
on. Wait a minute. No, I don't give a fuck.
No, that's good news. I
It
reckon.
is good news.
Especially the way he's being fucked about.
No, I
like
mean, I don't
Konami.
give a fuck that I deleted the podcast
Oh,
and didn't
right.
announce it, but it is good because I like Kojima.
Yeah. It's nice that Sony have went, alright, you've been dicked on, alright, come work with us, we'll sort you out. Good guy Sony for a change instead of fucking...
Yeah.
Instead of Phil Spencer, he's going to have to work doubly hard over Christmas now.
Do you know Kojima? Didn't Kojima have an award? But Konami
He couldn't
legally
pick it
blocked
up.
him from going
Yeah,
to pick it up.
yeah.
That is fucking ridiculous. Like,
It's a proper dick move.
Apparently Sony's pretty much just said, do what you want.
it's
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah, do what you want, make what you want. No restrictions.
Do you know what? To get somebody like him on board and then just say off you go,
Yeah.
I think's a really fucking good move. Like,
Yeah.
He's calling his new, because he's made his own game house, and he's calling it an independent game house. Which,
oh, well, that's good.
It's not going to be independent, it's going to be AAA games. And
Yeah, but he's calling that because he wants his own independence, doesn't he? That's,
yeah, I suppose.
It means it's his game house, it's not tied to anything else.
Yeah.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah. He deserves it, he's a good egg.
So,
So do Konami own Metal Gear Solid, or is that his IP?
Konami owns.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Because you know they're gonna bring another one out in a few years and it's
And
going to
they're
be
gonna fuck it up.
shit.
Oh, it'll be awful. Like,
And then they'll start asking questions like, why does nobody like it?
I'm going to do my normal RC thing anyway, and I'll boycott it. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to do that because, like, well, Metal Gear Solid, I will, the new one.
Oh.
If they bring one out without him, because they have implied that they're going to, haven't they? Like, oh, he's no longer with us, but that doesn't mean to say that the Metal Gear Solid franchise is finished. It was words to that effect, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
What else is Kojima known for? There's something else, like a big game franchise that he's like associated with, but I can't think of what it is off the top of my head.
Not Silent Hill.
Possibly. I can't remember.
Let's have a check.
I'm massively hungover. I want to say Tekken, but it's not. It's really not Tekken.
No, I don't think it is Tekken.
No, I don't think it is either. It's just that's what popped up.
But did you know there's a new Tekken coming? Or Castlevania?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's a new Tekken coming out.
It looks a bit shit.
Yeah, and it's got Akuma in from Street Fighter. Woo!
Yeah, I'm just looking to all his work, and so far it's pretty much just all Metal Gear.
Oh, I stick to what you know, I guess.
I hope he comes up with like a brand new, equally strong franchise though.
Well, that's the thing. He's a creative talent, and so whatever he does, it's not going to be like shit. Like if that's the thing, like he gets all the credit for the Metal Gear Solid
It should
franchise.
Do. So he should.
But this is what I mean. So it's like if it's not like Konami gets it, it's him that gets it. So it's obvious that like he's the driving force behind it. So whatever he does, it's going to have the same kind of like
I wonder if
level of
Konami's
quality.
Japanese for a bunch of cunts. You know what I mean? It's horrible what they did to him. Not even letting the guy collect his award, though. I mean, on what planet is that either A, a decent thing to do, or B, good business practice?
There was that thing though, do you not remember a couple of months ago, where one of the things I'd got for the podcast, some dude used to work for Konami, and he had this AMA on Reddit, and people were asking him about what it's like, and he was like, it's basically just fucking Orwellian thingy where like people are like monitored and that, and they get like penalised for being out the chairs and shit. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do actually.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, it's really bad business practice. But do you know what I think it is? I think to the rest of the people who still work at Konami, I think they've made Kojima an example. They've went, this is what happens when you fuck with us. So get back in your seat and get back to work.
Probably. It's canny shit like.
Bust open them angel slices. Go on.
Yeah, go for it. It's on you, young'un. It's on you.
So hackers are threatened to take down Xbox Live and PlayStation Network over Christmas again.
For fuck's sake, man.
Do you know what it is? It's like, why, like...
I just want to play GTA, you motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
Like, this is the thing, right? I don't necessarily disagree with why they're doing it, but I think the timing of when they're doing it is like
Right.
is only a complete dick move. Like,
Seriously, let's get into this. Why do you think they're doing it?
well, their reason for doing it, whether it's legit or not, is because they're trying to make out like the white hat, in the regard that like they say that there's all these vulnerabilities in PSN and Xbox thingy, and while Sony never do anything about it, these vulnerabilities are still going to exist. So we're going to show them what happens when these exist.
I don't think that's why they're doing it.
I think they do it because the little
I think they do it
13-year-old
for the
spunk bubble
lols.
fucking pricks.
Well,
They're
yeah.
doing it because they can, because they think they're fucking clever.
Yes.
And I
Well,
think it's way more selfish than that.
I do agree with you.
I think they do it as well because they're like, oh, get in, we might get a job out of this.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like on paper, if they'd went, oh, Sony, PSN's full of loads of fucking like holes. Here, look, I'll show you. Oh, look, PSN's down. Yeah, fair enough, cool. Doing it over Christmas? Fuck that for a laugh. That's just gay.
They don't even have to shut it down. If they send Sony an email saying, look, here's where the issue is,
Yeah.
fix it.
These angel slices are pretty good.
They're alright, like. Yeah, it's dog shit. It's fucking dog shit.
But do you remember the reason they did it for last year? What were they called? Lizard Squad?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Can you remember why they did it? Just because they thought they were clever. There was no other reason for it.
For the
Well,
lulz, I believe.
A few of them actually got arrested and sentenced,
Yeah.
including the one who went on TV and openly bragged he couldn't catch them and couldn't sentence them.
And they caught him and sentenced him.
And when that happened, I thought that was fucking brilliant. Yeah, wankers. I bet they do it as well. Wankers.
This is the thing though, right? They've been threatening us for however long on Twitter. And then their Twitter account got suspended. And then through other social media they were like, oh, you think that's going to stop us, blah blah blah, we're going to make it even worse now. It's like, why are people fucking on with this? Why can't they just trace the fucking IP?
Arrest them.
Yeah, exactly. And be like, you're causing a fucking disturbance. Fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, surely if hackers can do all that, you can get other people whose job it is to counter that, to find them. They can't be that hard to find. Do you know what I mean? If you can trace Muhammad Al-Akbar based on the fact that he bought some washing up liquid and some reactive chemicals in a shop halfway down the country, surely you can trace a fucking kid who's shit posting on Twitter, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how can you not do that?
Do you know what I'd like to say? Like, because this is the thing. Do you remember, like, a few years ago when everyone was kind of like, oh, Anonymous, they're like the boogeymen? And now they're kind of, like, cemented themselves as more or less being, like...
The people's hero.
Yeah.
The people's
Like, they don't
champion.
really do anything, like... They still take people out, but it's like, it's generally for the people. It's not like... Do you know what I mean? It's something they have a problem with, like, a prominent issue. So I'd like to say...
government or ISIS. So
Yeah, I'd like to say Anonymous get behind that kind of shit, and these
Take them
little,
out.
yeah, these little puffs who are like
that's what
trying
happened
to,
last year.
Yeah, they did.
yeah.
Because that Lizard Squad tried to attach themselves to Anonymous.
And Anonymous outed them. Yeah, I remember.
Anonymous were like, you're not part of us.
Yeah,
But if you remember when the PS3 had that major outage
Yeah.
years ago. That was Anonymous, I think.
Yeah, that's right. I know they did it for a good reason as well, though.
But at the time, I didn't have my PS3 set up, so I wasn't too bothered.
No. Anonymous has done some really fucking good things. Like that last World Cup where they caused so much fucking trouble in Brazil.
Yeah, but that was totally for the right reasons.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And when you had like fucking any company that sponsored the World Cup, they were taking them down because they were like knocking down. They were just going to like poor flavillas and stuff and saying like, you need to move. You don't live here anymore. We're knocking your shack down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was fucking. I see. There's a lot of stuff Anonymous do that I can wholeheartedly get behind.
That's what I mean. It's like it's took them a few years, but that's their thing now, isn't it? Whereas like years ago, when they were kind of just like.
I'll tell you when they won me over, when they fucking obliterated the Scientology guys, and then they went after the FBI because the FBI told them off for it. So they were like, "Oh fuck you," and then they brought the FBI down. I was like, "Fucking hell, guys, that's pretty hardcore." Like, then you get these little fucking 13-year-old spotty little piss ants like Lizard Crew, and it's just, you know what, just fuck off. And I don't know anything about hacking, but it's not even really hacking what they do. It's just a fucking cheap trick, isn't it?
It's just denial of service.
Yeah, DDoS attack. Yeah.
From what I understand, it's like you can pretty much do that to anybody.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Well, moving on with that, I just want to jump on to Fallout 4. There's somebody suing Bethesda for making Fallout 4 so addictive that he lost his job.
That's well. Hopefully, there's some fucking common sense in the world, and he doesn't get very far with this. Is it in America?
Oh, well, obviously.
If it's in America, he might win.
I don't think you will, because if you cast your mind back several years, Bethesda have always been like, when it comes to legal stuff, they're fucking on it.
Oh no, he's Russian. He's seeking 500,000 rubles, which is about $7,000.
Oh well, he might get it then if it's only $7,000.
No,
They're
he
going to be
won't.
like,
The reason he won't is because if they did, it would set a precedent, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would set a precedent in the legal system.
yeah. In
So
that case, he definitely won't.
He lost his job and his wife because of Fallout 4. He
And
wants
his wife.
compensation for the distress he suffered emotionally, saying that he was unaware the game would be so addictive.
Well, the only thing that's wrong with that whole sentence is because of Fallout 4. It's not because of Fallout 4. It just happens to be that's the game he was playing.
Yeah.
He lost in his job and his wife because he's a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Also, this is the thing. Surely, at some point, right? Shouldn't like, if I was his wife, and I was like, that game's fucking like ruining your life. You're gonna fucking lose your job. One day when he was asleep, I'd just pinch his fucking PS4 or whatever, or just chuck it out. Do you know what I mean? Why would you let it get to the point where it's ruined your marriage before you intervene? Do you know? Not like this game's not like fucking hell. All right. Oh well, I'm leaving. That's it. I've had enough. Why would you let it get that far?
And while I'm a big advocate of Fallout 4, I haven't played it for weeks now since I finished the main story because you can burn out on that game. Like,
Yeah, I'm starting to. That's why like I haven't really been playing much of the actual like quests and stuff. I've just been building like fuck. My
do you know what I
castle's
mean?
like
You can burn out on it. Now, if
castle's
it
immense.
said GTA 5, I think you had a point. Oh, the new DLC is awesome.
it looks pretty good. Like
It's so much fun.
I think I'll probably clear some space on my hard drive.
It's
and
so much
reinstall it.
fun. I've been answering VIP messages and being a badass.
It's nice.
I've changed my dude up now because he's got long hair, a big handlebar moustache and beard. I've got my bike leathers and I'm riding around on a Hexer.
Nice.
Right. And
You can start your own MC.
yeah, and I've got him like a fucking proper badass. And every time I get like a VIP mission up where it's like VIP needs you to defend his boat, do you want to join his organisation? I'm like, yep.
So I'm guessing the answer's going to be no to this, but
No.
there you go. Hal,
Next question.
did you make your 12 games of Christmas list?
Nah, did I fuck?
Did you?
No.
Yeah.
No,
I'll do it now.
Oh, you do that now.
What did you say in the last podcast though that we actually aired? What did you say I would do? Can you remember?
Wing it.
Correct.
Oh, but before you start, do you remember the terms and conditions?
No.
Right. Well, because it started off the top 5, didn't it, last week?
It did.
And it wasn't
But
your
nobody,
top.
nobody heard it because Andy deleted
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't your top 5 games. The question
Hang on a
was.
minute, Michael, you've not really mentioned that.
I haven't
I'm
known.
sure we need to get that across to
Okay,
our
so
listeners.
last week we recorded a podcast and then Andy deleted it.
What was the terms and conditions?
So it wasn't your top 5 games, but if you had to introduce someone to gaming, what, like, this was the question at the time, what 5 games would you choose to give them the best, well-rounded, like, experience of gaming? And then we decided 5 wasn't enough, because there was a bit of overlap.
Because it was 12 days of Christmas.
5's too many now.
Well, I've got my 12.
I'll tell you what.
I
Because me and you
wrote
haven't done
my
it.
12.
This is what we'll do.
If we
10
do
minutes
6
ago.
each,
No, we'll just go through Cooper's 12, and me and you will explain to him on every single pick why he's wrong.
Okay.
why it's not Girls and Goblins.
Number 12, Kickstarter 2.
I can't say that's wrong.
I knew you couldn't give
I
it.
can't do that. You motherfucker.
Kickstarter 2 for the Commodore 64.
Yeah, man. Did you play the part on the Amiga as well?
Yes.
Oh, how good was it, man? Have you
Hal probably doesn't know what we're talking about.
No, I'm a bit too young.
That music I done copyright that is BBC Archives. So no. I might end up with the TV show music because the game was a rendition of the TV show music. But Kickstarter 2, isn't it?
Kickstarter 2.
Oh, what a game. What a game. It was like the forefather of
Trials Fusion, I guess. Yeah. Side scrolling motorbike, you had to jump over buses and onto logs and.
I might have changed the music for number 2, but this is Kickstarter 2 out. Kickstarter 2, sorry. I knew it was Kickstart.
Yeah, Kickstart.
I thought the drums came in there. But I'll skip forward because he might have filmed the entire loading system here. 1987, Michael. I was 11. Right, that's fine.
I wasn't even a twinkle in my dad's eye in 1987.
Oh, here we go. There, he's away, he's away.
That's not it.
This is Kickstart 2. Kickstart 2 had like other modes in it, if you remember. It didn't just have the bikes. Anyway, masterpiece.
Right, so number 11, Ghosts and Goblins.
Only problem with that is it's 10 positions shy of where it should be.
Number 10, Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo.
Fair enough, good pick.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Number 9, Super Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Number 8 is GoldenEye for the N64.
Yeah, good pick. Good
Yeah,
pick.
hang on. I'm just replying to this.
GoldenEye is like the progenitor of all like decent
Multiplayer
FPS.
FPSs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some great times on GoldenEye. What were the other ones? I wasn't listening to
Alright, so I've got Kickstarter 2 at number 12,
Right.
Ghosts and Goblins at 11, Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo at 10,
That's a good pick.
Super Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo at number 9. It's a good game.
That's it. Given the nature of the question as well, it's not even like in any particular numerical order. It's just 12 games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good game to get somebody in. I would say that, and then maybe a more up-to-date fighter you'd have to have as well. Give them a...
So at number 8 was GoldenEye, number 7 was Xenon 2 for the Amiga.
Nice.
No way.
Nice.
It's a Mega Blast.
Yeah.
Can you remember the music for that?
Yes, I can.
Number 6, Command and Conquer Red Alert for the PS1.
Oh,
Nice, good choice. I'd probably went with Red Alert 3.
Nah, Red Alert 2 was better. No, Red Alert 3 because it had them cutscenes with that bird with the
Yeah.
sexy legs.
Yeah.
I'd have gone Red Alert 3 as well.
Yeah.
which brings us to top 5. Number 5, Mass Effect 2 for the PS3.
Nah. Nah.
Number 4, Bad Company 2
Yeah,
for the PS3.
obviously.
Absolutely.
Number 3, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, you'd have
PS4.
that in.
Number 2, Dragon Age Origins for the
Oh,
PS3.
yeah.
not if you've already got Mass Effect and Dragon Age Inquisition.
I think
Nah.
we should add a caveat here. Only one per franchise.
Nah, that's
Alright
no.
then.
You don't have to do that. That's a dick move. But like, just I think with them having that many so close, like
Like 2 Dragon Age games though.
you could have had Dragon Age Origins instead of Mass Effect. I would have said.
Well, I would pick Origins over Inquisition and leave
Yeah.
Mass Effect in.
I would concede that.
Say, because that's the thing. Bear in mind.
Do you not even think, even from your slightly biased point of view, that you might have gone a little bit Dragon Agey there?
Maybe. Okay, so I'll change Dragon Age Inquisition for Manic Miner.
I'm
Commodore
surprised
64.
it wasn't even already in.
And
I'm gonna
number
throw-
1,
In fact, I'm going to throw a motherfucking biscuit at you for that.
number 1, The Witcher 3.
Polo.
That's my list.
Yeah.
That's not a bad list.
I know it's not.
So I'd play most of them.
Because unlike you, I know what I'm talking about.
No, you just don't have any fucking.
I can't
friends or anything
actually-
to do, so
I can't actually even remember what was in my list. I know I had Street Fighter 2.
You had Bad Company
I had
too.
Bad Company 2.
aye, we all had a few that were the same.
I think I had Dragon Age Origins.
Origins. Yeah.
And what were the other 2?
I know I had California Games. That was different news.
Yeah.
California Games.
I'm the Sega Master System.
Daily Thompson's.
Oh, I had Sega Rally Championship. And something else.
Race and Chase. Chase HQ. What was it? Chase HQ. That was it.
GSHQ.
Great game. And I'll have had a Gran Turismo in there. Probably Gran Turismo 4
Oh, I had Super Mario World.
and 5.
That was my top 5.
Yeah, I'd have GT5, Gran Turismo 5, Grand Theft Auto. I'd have had in there.
Yeah, I think you've got to have GTA in there, just because like if you're just trying to cover all the bases of genres, then like GTA is kind of its own thing. It's
Yeah.
just out there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In fact, I
would go so far as to say GTA is kind of the at least GTA Online is kind of the perfect
example.
example of a sandbox.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I can't argue with that one.
Just Cause 3 looks as though it's going to give it a hell of a run though.
It's looking pretty good.
You're gonna buy that?
Probably.
See, I've got no interest in it.
Oh, I've seen it. I mean, I'm going slightly off topic here. Have you seen the actual full trailer for Far Cry Primal?
No.
Yes.
It's Far Cry basically. Like it doesn't look that shit, but
That's the thing with
it doesn't
Far
really
Cry.
capture you.
Far Cry's either shit or okay. They've never done anything like. I've never had a Far Cry like, dude, have you played that new Far Cry?
Like the story for it, at least what you can gather from the trailer, seems to be quite weak. But I will say there is something very, very cool about watching your tamed fucking saber-toothed tiger fucking run and jump and tackle a fucking mammoth to the ground.
That's pretty good.
Like that's pretty cool.
Give us just 1 minute. I just had an idea. Nearly. I need a tiny bit of cake. That's quick.
Let's pause this. Nah, fuck 'em.
Yeah, games and things.
Yeah. I'm getting a Wii U for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not. So have you seen that EA and Visceral are going to produce an open world Star Wars RPG? See, the silence is a no.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I want it to be good, but I remember all the hype for the Old Republic. Like, not Knights of the Old Republic, I'm on about the MMO,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, it's going to be so good, and then,
It was shit.
yeah.
I want to return to Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
I want a sandbox version of that.
I think while we're, like, to go back to my 12 games of Christmas, I think I'd have to put Knights of the Old Republic in there.
See, I forgot about that until I was
Yeah.
just talking about it there. I think I would.
I think I'd probably go for Knights of the Old Republic 2 over the first one.
See, I prefer the second one, and not
Yeah.
a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't BioWare that made the second one.
Was it not?
No. BioWare only did the first
See,
one.
you're like another Bio fan. Did you ever play Jade Empire?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
Not my fan.
Right, instead of just not doing it, I am going to do it on the fly. But because it's already half done. Because there's a lot of games you've got there that I think we all agreed on anyway. So,
And we've just mentioned Knights of the Old Republic, so that'll probably make it.
yeah, not on my list.
Oh, why? Fine, fuck you. God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, man! Right, so obviously Battlefield, Bad Company 2, that's going to go straight in. GTA 5, straight in. Street Fighter 2.
I'm really looking forward to the new Street Fighter.
Yeah, not long now, what's that?
Turbo or whatever, whichever one, the one on the NES.
Super.
Yeah.
Super Street Fighter 2 too.
There's 3. What did I say for the Master System for California games?
Actually, I just thought of another one for the PS1. Can you remember a game called Medieval?
Yes!
Yeah,
Yes.
but it wouldn't go in my top list. I'll
was fun.
tell you what would though.
Legacy of Kain.
Amiga, Gods.
Legacy of Kain probably would,
Gods ergonomically terrific. Can you remember Gods?
Of course I can.
because I think you've got your side-scroll platform, something like Super Mario World, but if you're looking for like a good 3D platformer, yeah, Legacy of Kain I'd put in there.
There's just too many to boil it down to 12, I think.
Yeah.
I would say Legacy of Kain only because it was one of the best fusions of like Gothic.
It was.
I don't mean Gothic as in teary motherfucker with a cardigan. I mean as in classic Gothic.
You mean like dark and
Yeah.
gritty?
I mean Gothic in the true literal sense of the word, the literature movement of Gothic literature, like Dracula, Frankenstein, you know, Gothic.
Yeah.
Like that was great for that. So I'm gonna have Legacy of Kain. Hang on, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I've got there. To think what else I would have.
I had Aliens vs Predator, the Atari Jaguar version, in my list.
Only
But then
because
I
it's a
took it out.
personal Ghouls and Goblins. And why is it the best game in the world?
Because Jesus.
Do you know what, as well, if you go for an overview of like classics and like to introduce someone to the world of gaming and you wanted to give them a good feel for history, it would be rude to not put in Double Dragon.
Or
Yeah.
Pac-Man on the arcade, or Space Invaders on the arcade.
See, this is the thing though, it's like you've kind of got two routes. It's like, do you try and give them the like everything gaming has to offer, or do you try and teach them about the history of gaming?
Both.
Well,
Because I think if you try and do both, it's kind of to the like,
because I tried to do both last week and you said, no, you
yeah,
can't say no
it's
history lesson.
kind of like jack of all trades thing. So it's like,
Change your mind. Do what I want. I'm not the boss. You don't have to listen to me.
well, why then? Fuck you, you're not the boss.
You're not!
Stop it.
God, delete the podcast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm struggling here. Not that I'm struggling to think of games, I'm struggling to think which ones would go in my list.
I think I'd probably put in Tomb Raider 3.
No. Well, I put in Tomb Raider, the first one.
It was between the first and the third one.
Which
but
Grand Theft Auto have you put down there?
5, it's the one that's got online.
yeah,
I'd put 3, because that changed everything. That was the one that...
Yeah, but it's not 5. It's not online.
So?
I'd want them to play it online with other people because that's the massive part of the experience.
You know what I've left off my list as well? The Last of Us.
yeah.
I think that has to be...
I'd agree.
Do you know
that has
what?
to be on
Normally I think you're a bit dramatic when you just go for games that I know you love a lot. But in this instance, I can't disagree with that. Like,
there. Yeah.
I'll put it in mine.
Oh, you discovered that?
I mean, I know people say it's got no replayability because...
Well, that's not entirely true though. It's like it just doesn't have any immediate replayability.
It's what it is it's like you don't get the same experience second time through.
Oh, so I agree.
It's not that there's no replay value, and outside of that, the online multiplayer is actually pretty polished. So, just that by itself means that there's more replay value in the game.
But I remember the first time when I got to the
Yeah.
end of that game and I was like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Joel lies his tits off to
Yeah.
her. Yeah, I was like, whoa, dude.
mean, I suppose it was a happy ending, but it was pretty fucking dark.
It wasn't that happy because it left it like she's going to find out one day.
Yeah.
Do you know what as well, what I got from that story, right? I got that it turned out that all the way through she needed Joel, but right towards the end they flipped it and it was showed you how much Joel needed her.
Yeah.
Right? But the fucking stupid motherfucking feminazi fucking idiots who are stupid and thick and can't fucking see nuance or refuse to see nuance for their own fucking agenda hammered the game to bits. And it was like, you fucking dumb fucking cunts. You know what I mean? It was like, can you not actually see the whole fucking point of the story?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the lass who voiced Ellie said. She said, the reason I love the script so much is because it turns out the main protagonist is Ellie.
Yeah.
Well,
Everything
it's not
rests
really
on her.
in the game. The main protagonist isn't Ellie, but it just flips at the end.
Yeah.
You know, the main protagonist is Joel, whether people want it to be or not. You put the pad in your hand and you play fucking Joel for 90% of the game.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it's so much that as it is. It starts off with Ellie being a massive hindrance, and then by the end of the game, it's
it
like
wasn't for her, Jack would be
she's
dead.
the main character.
She's not the main character, Joel
I
is.
said she's a main character.
Yeah, but he was saying she's the protagonist, and I say she's not. That was a discussion. I didn't say she's not our main character. She's just not the main character.
Well, I never said she was the main character.
Shut up, then you fucking horrible.
You
little
just need to
spitty
wash your
fuck-
lugs out.
You just need to wash your fucking face.
You do? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. No, actually, I bet I'm a fucking state. Like,
You look like a ghoul.
see, now there's another thing. I'm wondering if there's any zombie games that I think should make it into my top 12. I've still got 2 slots left.
Do you consider The Last of Us to be a zombie game though?
Nah.
No.
Well, it is, but it's not.
That's what I mean. I mean, like thematically, it kind of fits the zombie post-apocalypse like theme.
Oh, it's post-apocalypse. Now, there's a thing.
But has there ever been a good zombie game?
In my 12 list, probably not. Not like one that good.
I don't think there has been.
In my like top 12 list, I'm debating, seeing as is interesting from my point of view, because I'm now thinking, does Fallout 4 belong in my list? And I don't know. And I'd have thought if you'd asked me last week, I'd have just been, yeah, I put it in.
I think you need something like Fallout 4. I'd say it's probably interchangeable with the likes of like Morrowind or Oblivion or something like that. You need some sort of like
A meaty RPG.
you need some sort of open world 3D like massive RPG in there.
Yeah.
See, for me, that would be something like Dragon Age or Mass Effect. I know they're not massively open world, but that would be my preference.
Do you know what then? I am going to stump 4. I'm going to go Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, I'd be alright with that as well. It would have to be New Vegas or Fallout 4 for my list.
Yeah.
I don't really rate 3 that highly compared to those two. I mean, it's good in its own right, but
Yeah, 3's okay.
that's the thing, no one ever goes 3's my favourite.
No. It's not.
Can you remember Silkworm?
Fucking hell, yes.
I forgot Silkworm.
Can you remember the version I had on the Texas Instruments TI-994A called Hustle?
No.
It was basically a rip-off of Silkworm. Can you remember Parsec? There's me number 12, R-Type.
Good shout.
See, I was going to put R-Type 2 in,
Good
but I
shout.
chose Xenon 2 over R-Type 2.
Nah, it's got to be R-Type, not R-Type 2. It's got to be R-Type. In particular, the Master System version was awesome. The Sega Master System R-Type was fucking mint. So there's my 12 done. See, I told you to do it on the fly and it would be better than yours. Can't argue with that list. Battlefield Bad Company 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Super Street Fighter 2, California Games, Gods.
I wouldn't have California games on.
California Games, what, like a multi-platform, multi-event, like sport game? The one that everything was good on it. BMX one was good. Hacky Sack was good.
Yeah, it
Surfing
was an
good.
alright game, but I wouldn't have it on the list. I'd choose Cool Borders 2 over that.
No, it was shit.
See, that's the thing. Like, why not? I really like Cool Boards too, and I think you do need like a sport game on there. But I think it depends whether you go for something like that's a single. Like, do you went for like sports as opposed to a sport? Which isn't a bad thing.
I've gone for California Games because it's awesome.
Yeah, I know, but you've went like multi-event thing rather than say something like a football game or Cool Borders or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Jesus. So anyway,
Like here's the thing. Do you think, like, bear in mind that it's trying to give someone the best, like, well-rounded overview of what gaming has to offer? Would you put a football game on your top 12?
no, I haven't.
No, I wouldn't either.
Football games are for the FHM reader
Yeah.
of gaming. Football games are for like. Football games are to gaming what FHM is to great literature.
Unless it was the football game on the Amiga, that was awesome. Was it Kickoff 2?
Kickoff 2 was the only acceptable game, and that wasn't good because it was football. It was good because the physics were fucking ridiculous. It was ridiculous. The game was fucking unplayable, man.
Yeah.
We were awesome. Anyway, I
I
stand
think
by.
I put Rocket League on, actually.
I stand by California
Sports
games.
game.
Rocket League's alright. I had a
It's a good game.
It's up there, like, because I do think you need a spot for an indie game as well.
I've got loads of indie games on mine. So anyway, Gods, ergonomically terrific. Can't argue with Gods. If you don't know what it is, you're a loser. Legacy of Kain. Ghouls and Goblins, obviously. Double Dragon, obviously. You can't argue with Double Dragon.
No.
No, I wouldn't.
But if I had to choose, it would be a hard choice between Double Dragon, Streets of Rage 2, or Two Crew Dudes.
And you know what else you've left off that list, and you'll be like,
Golden
as
Axe.
soon as I say it, you'll be like, oh fuck yeah, you missed off all the Target Renegade franchise. Oh man, Target
It's
Renegade
alright.
was awesome. Target Renegade introduced picking up pool cues and baseball bats. It was where like Double Dragon got all its influence from.
But in Two Crew Dudes, you could pick up a car and throw that at people.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I think
Tomb Raider,
I'd-
The Last of Us.
I
Fallout
think
New
about
Vegas.
putting Thief 2 on mine as well. Like the
No.
older ones, not the new reboot,
PC
that
one.
shit.
Nah, I still wouldn't. Only because there's nothing specifically like amazing about it.
Well, I
It's
didn't
all-
like given that it's like that game in particular like had probably one of the best implemented stealth systems in any game that I've played. And other than
Oh
that,
fuck! You can't believe you said that. Because now there's like, oh, what was that place? The Ninja Stealth game.
Holy crap, I know Tenchu?
Tenchu
Yeah.
Stealth
Tenchu
Assassin. That should have been on there.
That was an awesome game.
Oh man,
Can you remember that PlayStation game? I think it was PS1 called Bushido,
the samurai game.
and it was like one hit you were dead.
yeah,
Pretty
And
good.
it had no instructions, and you didn't know what to do. And then when you finally fucking sussed it, you were like, oh, I get it now. This is awesome.
Yeah, it was a great game.
That was rock hard, that
It
game.
was good though. It's an excellent game.
So have you heard that Naughty Dog has said Uncharted 4 will be the end of the story?
Good.
And the end of Nathan Drake. But
not the end of the franchise.
not the end of
Yeah.
the franchise. So they're doing a Mass Effect.
I don't have a problem with that, really.
See, I
See, this is the thing, right? I think it's why I think it's all right with Uncharted, and I don't I don't feel quite the same way about Mass Effect. Is Uncharted's all about Nathan Drake, right? But they have what I mean by that is like they've put enough in that they could replace him and have it in the same mythos, and it would be different. But I think because they've put so much into building Mass Effect's like entire world, for you to then change it, like it's kind of like there's too much already set in stone for you
Yeah.
to just wipe the slate. Do you know what I mean?
like Mass Effect without Commander Shepard.
Yeah.
It won't feel like Mass Effect. And I think Uncharted without Nathan Drake wouldn't feel like Uncharted, but I'm all up for a Last of Us without Joel and Ellie.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Somewhere I'd like to see somewhere else in the world,
Yeah.
like the Last of Us Europe.
Last of Us Russia.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
that'd be really cool. And that's the thing, it doesn't even have to be like the same shit because it stands to reason that there's no reason why like the virus couldn't have mutated to like different conditions. So like in Russia, like you get some kind of weird fucking really super resilient snow fucking clickers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeti clicker.
Well, what was that game that was? I mean, I wouldn't put it on my list, but it was. I really liked the mechanic. It was the kind of like an over the shoulder shooter, but like you had to kill enemies and they give off like thermal energy, and you picked it up, and it was like Not Frozen Planet. Is it Frozen Planet?
Oh yeah, Frozen Planet.
Or
They
a Lost
killed-
Planet, is it?
Oh yes, Lost Planet. They killed the third one though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me, you, and Gary were playing it, weren't we?
Yeah, we played the second one, but the second one I didn't like as much because the whole crack with the first one was everywhere was like fucking Sub-Zero, and it was like you had the like obviously you were killing things, but you also had to manage your thermal energy, so like you had to find heat sources and stuff. Like you couldn't just kill enemies to like deal with it. Whenever you got hit, you lost thermal energy as well. But in the second one, all the ice had melted, and it was like, oh look, there was a jungle here the whole time underneath. But that, for me, detracted away from the whole thermal energy mechanic, because it's like,
Yeah.
well, I don't need it if I'm in the middle of a fucking jungle. I don't need it to live.
Also, it was mechanically just gash.
Did you ever play Siphon Filter?
I did.
Yeah.
Because that I was thinking that probably should be on the list. That was
Yeah.
a
There's
very
so
good
many of
game.
these games that I hate, but I think should be on the list, like Portal.
I love Paul.
I hate
Yeah.
Portal, but I accept that it's a subjective, personal thing that I hated, and I accept that it's like a groundbreaking game.
Yeah.
I've just realised I left Half-Life 2 off the...
Yeah. Half-Life 2. Oh
I'm
my.
glad it got left off. Fuck off. It's not that good. It's good, but fucking come on.
No, Half-Life 2 is very
It's
good.
alright, it's good, but it's right. You're looking at it through rose-tinted glasses, and you've totally bought into the Half-Life 3 shit.
No, I haven't. I know it's not going to happen.
But that's the thing that makes everyone love Half-Life 2 so much.
I played Half-Life
The search-
2.
It's like Spaceballs 3, the search for 2. Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking hell.
I played Half-Life 2 before playing Half-Life 1 or having any knowledge of the franchise outside
Same here.
like thingy.
I bought,
I played Half-Life 1 because I'd already played Half-Life 2.
I bought the orange box, and thinking about it, the orange box is the game that I purchased the most for any console.
Yeah.
Because I bought it for the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360, and then I'd sell it and buy it again because I wanted
Yeah,
to play Half-Life
that's
2.
the one with Portal in it.
Well,
In
Half-Life 2.
What
Team
I like
Fortress.
about Half-Life 2 is it does that thing where like it still manages to convey the essence of the story without having anything like force-fed down your throat. Like it does a really good job of like telling what it is without, obviously you're a silent protagonist anyway, but like without anything being like force-fed, you just kind of like pick up on the vibe of what's happening as you go through the game. First time you played it, right, when you were in the train station, did you knock the can off the bin?
No.
No, I did. To piss the guard off.
Did you get destroyed for that?
Yeah. Well, actually, I picked it up and wellied it off his face.
It's good work.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Then I had to reload because obviously it beats the shit out of you.
I mean, when I first played Half-Life 2, that put us off, if I'm honest, the beginning, because I'm like, just get on with the game.
See,
And
I
when
like
finally
that.
sat through it, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, right, yeah, this is great.
I liked it because like it was very immersive. Like
It was very atmospheric.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who are like skippers. I do skip stuff after I've played it a couple of times. I know what's happening, but I love
yeah,
like good FMVs and good storytelling and things. I fucking love it.
yeah,
You know, I like watching them. It sets the scene like a good movie.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like you're playing if it's an RPG or anything even remotely like that. But anything that's telling a decent story, why would you like cut bits out of it?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's silly. I think I might have a nice refreshing glass of milk.
Crack on. Put the kettle on.
No.
Go on.
It's
While
your
you're up.
turn.
It's
No,
not my turn.
please.
I'm a guest in your house.
I'm going to have a glass of milk. I don't need a cup of tea.
I can
So-
flick the kettle on though.
I think this might upset you. Dead or Alive Extreme 3 is not coming to the West due to cultural differences.
It
So-
is.
Oh, well,
you can-
fucking hell.
You can buy it. I'm well acquainted with this story. I know about this story because it's like the other stuff that I'm into is I follow all of like the skeptic culture and all of that.
Yeah.
And there's a massive thing. It's the feminazis, and it's the fucking it's the Orwellian fucking what's the word Cromwellian like moral police. So they're like you can't have them because they're jiggly bits.
Who gives
So,
a flying fuck?
Anyone who's exactly if you don't want to play it, you don't want to see it, don't look at it.
Like, this is the thing. Their argument about it, like, oh, well, you can see all the bits and it's objectifying women, and it's like, the microscope that it's putting women under Dead or Alive is that they're hardcore and they kick the fuck out of blokes and other women. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
they're not damsels in distress.
Well, here's the thing, right? Even if it is eye candy for blokes who like the female form, No one's ever answered, why is that bad?
Yeah, exactly. Fuck's sake.
Why is that bad? So the feminazis are on it, but anyway, you know, like you've got to wear your skirts. You can't show any ankles. Do not let the man see the ankle because patriarchy.
Hijab fighter too.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they fucking want. But anyway, for anyone who is listening who might want the Dead or Alive games, I personally don't play them only because they're fucking garbage. Like that, as soon as you learn the moveset for Tina, she's OP as fuck, and you can't beat. Nobody can beat anybody if you're fighting Tina. Tina's just it. But you can get them on PlayAsia.com.
The thing is like, if you go back several iterations, the franchise, when it was like Dead or Alive 3 or 4, wasn't bad. It was
bad. They're all
it was
shit.
reasonably competent as a fighter.
It wasn't.
But then they just took the whole like tits thing and ran with it.
Yeah.
They have made it their selling point.
But why not?
In
Do you
fairness.
know what?
But again, there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. It's not my thing. I mean, to be honest, if I really want to see fucking tits jiggling about, and I just whack a porn on, you know what
exactly.
I mean? I'm all right with that. You know, like I'm normal. But fucking honestly, man. Oh.
But that's the thing though, there's obviously a demographic for it because they keep making games and
Yeah.
they keep selling
Oh,
it.
it's
so-
very big in Japan.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: this progressive left they've got so much in common with Oliver Cromwell. It's unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? If you go and look at proper like medieval Puritan Christian values, they share so many.
Well, this is the thing though, like when you think about it, it never really transcends, like it doesn't really go back to the east, does it? Like there's a lot of like, I know there's a lot of like Asian feminazis who are like, oh, white male privilege, right? But there's no, I don't hear anything about feminazis going, oh fucking hell, the stuff them Japs get up. It was like, do you know what I mean? It's so wrong. We need to like get on that.
Yeah.
The only attack the Western world's view on things like that, even though
Do you
I mean Japan.
Do you want to hear something awesomely
Do you know
funny?
what I mean? Do what you like.
The
But
highest paid demographic and most successful demographic in the Western world is Asian men.
well, there you go.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
The highest paid, most successful demographic in the West is Asian men. But everything's white male privilege. Fucking crazy.
But this is like my point. It's like no one's like absolutely booting off a Japanese porn director saying it's inhuman. It's like why?
Tentacles?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Why is that man just bent that woman over on the train in front of everyone else and just smashing the fuck out of her? Do you know what I mean?
Why is there a live octopus included on all
You
this?
know, but oh, hang on a minute, you've got a girl and she's got cleavage out. Oh, hell on.
Although I suppose, in fairness, the Japanese do tend to censor naughty bits, don't they? So
I don't know.
it might be
They
that.
do, but they make some fucked up stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Oh look, it's just a news lady reading the news. Oh my god, what's happening to her?
While she's getting ploughed.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, but anyway, so that's that. It's just basically the feminazis have found something new. To
That's
fucking
the
scream
thing,
about.
really, isn't it? I mean, like no one watches like porn for the story, but at least sort of in terms of like Western, the West's approach to porn, it's something semi-believable.
Did
Or
you-
car broke down, mechanic just happens to
Oh,
be
it's
passing
kid
by.
fucking believable, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
And
but
trying to
listen,
fix your free.
yeah, but listen, right? My point is,
There's a problem with your plumbing.
my point is like that's more believable
Oh,
than a woman
fucking
sat
hell,
reading the
man.
news and then a
Shut the
bloke
fuck
coming
up.
on and just smashing her out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? It's like that is a little bit more rapey.
It is like, it is a bit rapey.
She's like, oh, you're nice.
Can you remember? I can't remember his name, but there was like a guy on. He squared off a Rockstar employee on like a talk show. In this, I can't remember if it was Australia or America, but they squared him off with like a prominent feminazi, and she started rambling on about how much his game's affecting kids and stuff like that. And he was just sitting listening to her, and he listened for a bit. And then the host goes, have you got anything to say? And he went, not really, other than the fact that she's obviously a terrible parent.
Yeah.
And the whole audience was like, ooh! And she was like, well, Jex, want to explain what you mean by it? He went, it's an 18 certificate game.
Yeah. Why are you letting young impressionable children play it?
Exactly.
The onus is on you, bad parent, not me.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it's the same principle applies with this like Dead or Alive jiggly bits thing. It's like...
Yeah, all the Dead or Alive games are 18 certificate, aren't they?
Yes.
So there
Or
you
at
go.
least 15, you know what I mean? So I don't...
And like this is the thing, if you're a 15-year-old lad, right, if you're not watching like Jiggly Tits on Dead or Alive, you're going to be watching them somewhere else anyway. It's just what you do when you're 15. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, what are they fighting against? What are they rallying against? Like male puberty.
Down with puberty.
Yeah. They're trying to fight against the collective fucking power of young male hormones.
Just wait till their fucking plumbing's broke. They're going to have nobody.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, well, we stopped all these kids going into plumbing.
Yeah.
we spoiled their dreams.
There's no car mechanics
I'm
left
sat
or
here
pizza
now.
delivery guys
I'm
anymore.
sat here now, me sink's full, and I haven't been scuttled for a month. Do you know what I mean?
Consequently, though, because like all these kids who would be plumbers now don't have any job, and therefore they can't get the leg over plumbing, they'll just start smashing.
You get
women
the
on
odd,
tube.
you get the odd one. You get the odd one. You get the odd one
station
who has
and-
got into plumbing. You get the odd one who has come into plumbing, and he'll come round the house. She'll be sat there in a silk nightie waiting for it, and he'll be like, "You'll fix her sink," and he'll be like, "Right, that'll be £37, please, and I really respect you as a woman."
We took it too far.
No,
Not like this.
oh God.
I just want to be proud.
Oh God! Please, could you sign me book? It's Mio Angelou. I know why the caged bird sings. Oh fuck me! Somebody throw one of them biscuits at my head, then glass me. Oh, are we finished?
We went way off topic there, like Dead or Alive.
Just brings out the porn in you. So, you got anything else?
Nah.
No, you got anything else? I've got a question for Hal though.
All right.
Have you played Journey yet?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna. Apparently, it only takes like roughly 90 minutes to do a full playthrough.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to pay for that?
Well, I
because I'm not going to.
I only paid like
It wasn't,
£5 for
onus wasn't originally on me, wasn't it? And I
Yeah.
just fucked it off.
No, I only paid a £5.
Look, all of our 2 listeners want to know what it's like, so you
I'll
got
get
to
on
push
it.
them out.
Hurry up and wrap this up. I'm desperate for a shit.
No.
Right, I'm going for a shit. Bye.
Bye. I guess on that note, we're done.
Yeah.
At least he's not here to delete the podcast now.
Bye.